Iraq crisis. Iraq forces fight over key oil refinery. Iraqi government forces are battling Sunni militants for control of the country's biggest oil refinery. A military spokesman said troops had repelled repeated attacks by the militants, led by the jihadist Islamic State in Iraq and the Levant, ISIS. 40 assailants were killed overnight and on Wednesday. He added, denying the facility was close to being overrun. But some workers said the militants had seized most of it and that troops were concentrated around the control room. It comes as U.S. President Barack Obama considers a formal request from Iraq's government for airstrikes against the militants, who have seized several northern cities and towns since last week. Petrol Q's ISIS-led militants launched an assault on the Baiji refinery, about 200 kilometers, 130 miles, north of the capital Baghdad, early on Wednesday. Workers trapped inside said the attackers had breached the perimeter and destroyed one of its fuel tanks. Some said they had taken control of most of the facility. Video footage showed smoke billowing from the refinery and the black flag used by ISIS flying from a building. However, officials insisted that troops had resisted the advance. Nearly all the 15,000 workers at the refinery and 100 foreign experts left on Tuesday when the plant was shut down in anticipation of the attack. On Thursday morning, the remaining 250 to 300 workers were evacuated under an agreement brokered by local tribal leaders, one of the workers told the Reuters news agency. The battle over Baiji, which supplies much of the country's domestic fuel, has sparked fears that Iraqis will soon experience long lines at petrol pumps and electricity shortages. BBC Arabic's Rida El Moui reported that there were already queues at petrol stations in the northern city of Erbil and that food prices were rising. Meanwhile, police told the BBC that ISIS-led militants had killed 13 police and Kurdish Peshmerga militiamen while capturing the village of al-Bashir, south of Kirkuk, over the past 2 days. The BBC's Richard Galpin says it seems the jihadists and their allies may be pushing towards the strategically important northern city and its nearby oil fields. On Wednesday there were fierce clashes in the Baqqa, about 60 kilometers, 37 miles, north of Baghdad, as jihadists again tried to enter the city center and seize its prison. Shia militiamen have been sent to assist in the defense of the capital of Diyala province, which has effectively become a front line, and the nearby city of Samarra, site of a major Shia shrine. Prime Minister Nouri Maliki has tried to assure Iraqis that the momentum is shifting. But in an interview with the BBC, the representative of Grand Ayatollah Ali al-Sistani, the most senior Shia cleric in Iraq, said religious leaders sensed a real danger which threatens Iraq and its unity. Iraqis failed. The Iraqi government is awaiting President Obama's decision on airstrikes. On Wednesday, the chairman of the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Martin Dempsey, warned that the U.S. military still lacked sufficient intelligence to take action. He told a congressional hearing that pilots would have difficulty knowing who they were attacking from the air. Asked if the intervention might come too late, Gen Dempsey said, "There is very little that could have been done to overcome the degree to which the government of Iraq has failed its people. That is what has caused this problem." ISIS has exploited deep resentment among Iraq's minority Sunni Arabs, who have long accused Mr. Maliki of discriminating against them and monopolizing power. White House spokesman Jay Carney said Mr. Maliki had not done enough to govern inclusively and that has contributed to the situation and the crisis that we have today in Iraq, but stopped short of calling on the Prime Minister to step down. Mr. Carney also said the President had not ruled out the possibility of asking Congress to authorize military action in Iraq. Officials said administration lawyers were currently looking at the legal implications of not seeking approval.